Hi guys, my name is Mark Swiziak. Today is May 18th, 2014. My persuasive speech is on the risks of soda and caffeine intake in adolescents and young adults of all ages, mainly between the ages of 1 to 10 years of age, and how it can affect their health and future. Have you ever thought about what threat that caffeine can pose compared to regular juices or even sodas that we find in gas stations and stores? Some people don't even think about that. They never think about the risks that it can cause for their health, what it can cause for their weight, their teeth, and all that play a factor in what you consume beverage-wise. Even though they're rich, fruity, and yet full of sugar, may seem healthy if you read the label, still doesn't mean it's okay to consume them. There has been many studies conducted in the U.S. regarding juices and soda and their effects on young adults. There's one doctor in particular, Dr. Drewnowski. He's from the Nutrition Journalist in the United States. He feels that, and I totally agree with him, it poses a big threat in young children because it can affect the way that they think and concentrate, whether that be at home, school, or even in everyday situations with parenting and the brain function of the child. It was researched that consuming too much caffeine can cause concentration problems. It affects certain parts of the brain and also their level of energy. When you have too much energy, it's really hard to concentrate sometimes on what you're focusing on. Back in 1995, there was another study conducted stating that children can consume certain amounts of caffeine within reason, which could possibly not affect their concentration level. Children have a hard time paying attention in school once in a while and at home as it is. Just adding caffeine to the situation makes it worse, in my opinion. There was another study done by Dr. Marlise Rodriguez in Health Day News. Dr. Rodriguez stated that a child doesn't have a place in their diet for any caffeine of any sort, which I agree with. I personally don't have children, but if I did, I would also watch their caffeine intake. Such things also that they found could be dangerous for the child's health. Also, candy bars especially are rich in sugar. The number one thing that people overlook, I feel, as parents, is children pressure them into wanting different drinks. They want different types of drinks, such as fruit juices, soda, even the flavored water. The water that you can find in grocery stores, you can find in gas stations, you have to be very careful on what you give your child. It can sit there and consume tons of water, but it necessarily won't be good for you. To my knowledge, there's a lot of things that are very deceiving about the nutrition facts in items, such as flavored water can be bad for a child's oral hygiene. It can cause tooth decay, it can cause obesity, it can also cause concentration problems because there's caffeine in some waters. If you add a poor diet with all the sugar and caffeine mix, that can play major health roles. May not be right away, but later on down the road. In my opinion, the subject of caffeine and soda in young adults should be avoided as much as possible. I personally do not have children at this time. One day maybe. I would be very cautious on what I give my child to protect them from future harms that it may cause. Also, I would watch their intake on caffeine. I'm not saying stay away from it 100% because that's hard to do these days, but watch their intake of each ingredient in these beverages and candy bars or whatever the case may be. so it doesn't lead to things such as tooth decay, obesity, even heart problems. You want your child to succeed in school, and concentration has, like I stated earlier in my speech, concentration has a lot to do with learning, and I know everybody wants what's best for their child. So just because it's sweet, delicious, and tasty doesn't necessarily mean it's good for your child. Hope you guys enjoyed my speech. Have a good summer.